All right, so today we're going to be taking a deep dive into cybercrime,
Okay.
specifically the takedown of something called PopeyeTools.
Interesting.
And the crazy thing is this online marketplace for stolen credit card info.
Oh, wow.
And Cybercrime Tools has been running since at least 2016.
Seriously,
At least.
that's a long time.
Yeah, so this is all coming from an article in Cyber Daily from
Yeah.
November 21st of this year.
Okay.
And the scale of this is just unbelievable.
Yeah, I can imagine. So let's get into it.
What really stood out to me
Hmm.
is that PopeyeTools wasn't just some kind of like shady forum hidden away, It
Yeah.
was like a legitimate business.
It really was operating almost like an e-commerce site.
Wow.
Selling everything
Wow.
from stolen credit card numbers,
Jeez.
bank account info,
Wow.
even software that criminals can use to validate stolen data.
So like a one-stop shop for cyber criminals.
Exactly.
Wow. And so
Yeah.
did they say in the article like how much they were charging for this?
Yeah, some stolen cards were going for as low as $30.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
It's crazy, right?
That's disturbing.
I know, it's unsettling to think how easily someone could get this info.
Yeah, for sure. And what's even crazier
Yeah.
is they were offering a money-back guarantee.
I know, right?
If the stolen data wasn't valid.
If it didn't work, you could get your money back.
What?
Like they were selling, a toaster or something.
It's just wild to me that they had that level of,
I know.
organization.
It really speaks to, their audacity,
Yeah.
the level of organization.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So who was behind all of this?
So the article names 3 people.
Okay.
Abdul Ghaffar, who's 25, Abdul Sami, 35, both from Pakistan, and then Jabed Mirza, 37, from Afghanistan.
Okay, and have they been arrested?
That's the thing. The article doesn't say.
Really?
Charges have been filed, but it doesn't say if they've actually been arrested.
I mean, I can only imagine. It must be so tough to bring down something like this.
It's incredibly difficult.
Yeah. Cybercrime, it crossed borders.
Right.
Different legal systems, languages.
Yeah.
It's a nightmare.
So how did they even do it? How did they take this down?
So it seems like a really coordinated effort
Okay.
by the U.S. Department of Justice,
Okay.
along with UK and Malaysian authorities.
Wow. A global effort?
Yeah, they're calling it Operation Shipwrecked.
I love that.
Yeah, me too. It's very fitting.
So what did they do?
Well, they seized the PopeyeTools domains
Okay, so they shut it down.
effectively, yeah.
Okay.
And they also confiscated $283,000 in cryptocurrency from one of the administrators.
Wow, that's gotta hurt.
Yeah, losing all that money.
So it sounds like international cooperation is key here.
Absolutely. Without it, this wouldn't have been possible.
That's amazing. And so is this kind of
Yeah,
the future of law enforcement?
it seems like it.
Yeah.
Because this case, along with some other recent actions by the DOJ, like the arrests related to that ransomware gang and that whole MGM casino attack, it seems like they're taking a more proactive and aggressive approach to disrupting these cybercrime networks.
That's really good to hear.
Yeah.
So before we move on, do we know how many people were actually affected by PopeyeTools?
Yeah, the article says investigators found information belonging to at least 227,000 people.
227,000 people.
At least.
That's insane.
It's a huge number.
It's easy to forget that these aren't just numbers, right?
That's
These are
her-
real people.
Absolutely.
Wow. And to think that the administrators earned an estimated $1.7 million from all of this?
It's truly appalling.
Yeah, it makes you wonder about their moral compass.
You do have to wonder about that.
For sure. So it's great that the DOJ is cracking down on these cyber criminals.
Yeah, it's a step in the right direction.
Yeah. But what about the bigger picture?
Well, if we consider the bigger picture and look at the broader trends, I think it's pretty clear that cybercrime is becoming
Yeah,
more sophisticated and organized.
for sure.
Like, it's not just
Mm-hmm.
lone hackers in their basements anymore. We're talking about these large-scale operations,
Right.
some with suspected ties to nation-states even.
That's a scary thought.
It can feel like a losing battle sometimes.
Yeah, I feel that.
But
Yeah.
it's not all doom and gloom.
Okay, good.
Law enforcement is getting better at this.
Okay.
They're becoming more proactive.
In what way?
Well, for one, they're investing in new tech,
Okay.
collaborating across borders like we saw with Operation Shipwrecked,
Yeah.
and they're using more aggressive strategies.
Like what? What are they doing differently?
So, for example, they're using AI
Okay.
to analyze data from the dark web,
Makes sense.
which can help them identify threats
Oh,
and even predict future attacks.
that's pretty cool.
It is. And there's also just like a greater emphasis on sharing information.
Right. Between agencies?
Yeah, agencies and countries.
So it's like a global effort.
It really has to be.
Okay, so it sounds like they're taking this seriously.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Yeah, it's encouraging.
But what about us? What can regular people do to protect themselves?
Yeah, it's a good question.
Yeah.
And it can feel overwhelming.
Yeah.
But there are simple things you can do,
Like what?
like strong, unique passwords for every account.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good one.
Enable multi-factor authentication wherever you can.
Right.
And just be wary of phishing emails,
Oh, man.
suspicious links,
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
I almost fell for one this morning.
Really?
Yeah, it looks so real.
You're getting good.
Yeah,
So yeah, education's key.
for sure.
And remember, it's not just about you.
Okay.
It's about your family, your friends,
Yeah.
your community.
Right. We got to protect each other.
We all have a role to play.
For sure.
Okay.
So circling back to PopeyeTools,
Joe.
what are like the big takeaways here?
I think the biggest one is just the scale.
Yeah.
The fact that this was going on for years
Right.
and affected so many people.
Right.
It's a wake-up call.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, we need better cybersecurity
Absolutely.
across the board.
It's a real threat.
It is. And then the other takeaway is just the importance of international cooperation.
Hmm.
This couldn't have happened without it.
Right. It's pretty inspiring, actually,
It is.
to see that kind of collaboration.
Yeah.
But I do wonder, is this really the end?
Yeah.
Like, are they just going to pop up again?
It's always a risk.
Yeah.
Cybercrime is adaptable.
Like whack-a-mole.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But even though it might be temporary,
Yeah.
taking them down disrupts their operations.
Right.
It makes it harder for them.
Okay.
And it sends a message
Okay.
that they're not invincible.
I like that.
Yeah.
So this Cyber Daily article,
Mm-hmm.
it's really just the tip of the iceberg.
It is.
Yeah.
This case raises so many questions
Like what?
about the future of cybercrime,
Okay.
the role of technology in law enforcement,
Mm-hmm.
the balance between security and privacy.
It's a lot to think about.
It is.
And speaking of thinking, so we always tell our listeners
Yeah.
to go out and do their own research.
Right.
If they want to learn more.
Absolutely. And the Cyber Daily article is a great place to start.
It is.
They even have some links
Yeah.
to other resources about cybercrime and online security.
It's a good jumping off point.
Yeah. So as we wrap up,
Mm-hmm.
what's one big question,
Okay.
one thought-provoking nugget
All right.
that you want our listeners to consider?
Okay. How about this?
Okay.
With cybercrime evolving so quickly, right? Like,
Yeah.
how can we move beyond just reacting?
Okay.
What can individuals and organizations do
Yeah.
to be more proactive?
Right.
And really strengthen their defenses?
It's a big challenge.
It is, but an important one.
Absolutely. And this isn't just on like
Right.
governments and law enforcement, businesses, individuals. We all have a role to play.
Yeah. We all got to work together on this.
Exactly.
That's a great point.
Thanks.
So to our listeners out there,
Yeah.
stay informed, stay vigilant.
And keep exploring.
Until next time.